Okay. So before we get going, still no Jen. I reckon Jen's got the time zone muddled up. Yeah, because I'm in the UK. It's 4 o'clock UK here. I reckon she's an hour out. So can you just click on the hand icon on the control panel that's jutting out? If you can just confirm that you can hear me, you can probably see me, and you can see my screen. Just pop your hand up if you can see my screen and hear me. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to get going. Jen will arrive when Jen arrives, but I don't want to keep you waiting. So hey, I am Veronica Pullen, and I'm known as the social marketing queen. I'm based in the UK on a little island just off the south coast of England. There's an hour between the mainland of the UK and where I am here on the Isle of Wight. So I've been helping people with their social media marketing since 2010. In my past life, I used to be a bookkeeper, and that was a job that I kind of fell into. I didn't really enjoy it, but because the more and more years I was doing it, the more and more obligated I felt to not waste that time, you know. But I used to go to work and come home and socialise online just for fun. And it was in 2010 that I realised that people will pay for help with social media, because back at the beginning, social media wasn't even a thing, you know. So I was born with partial hearing loss, about 60% in each ear. At age 12, I got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and you kind of see that on my hands. At the age of about 26, I just passed my driving test. It's taken me 7 years or whatever to pass my driving test, and within 6 months, I was diagnosed with an eyesight condition called retinitis pigmentosa. And in the UK, not in Australia, but in the UK, it means an immediate revocation of the driving license. So that was it, gone. And it was at that point that I moved my social life online. I met my husband on Facebook. We married in a live Twitter feed. We live tweeted the whole wedding. And now I help people who sell their expertise, who are doing, their passion, what you're passionate about, to make more sales, to get more leads, to get more inquiries from social media. And right now, Facebook is where it's at, but everything I'm going to be sharing with you is appropriate to all of the social media platforms. Okay, so Jen is here and muted. Jen, do you just want to come in quickly?
Hi,
Hello, did you get
can you hear me?
confused with the time?
No, I couldn't get the go to webinar to open. It was like just taking forever. I don't know what the heck the problem
Oh,
was.
I'm sorry.
Um,
Okay, well, I've done the intro,
yeah,
so do you want me to just carry on?
yeah, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Okay, so if you've got any questions as I go through, just type your questions into the question box, and then we'll come to the questions at the end. Okay? Right, so I'm going to move my control panel out of the way. And okay, so there are 8 steps to profitable social media marketing. Now, if you've ever built business relationships offline, you'll know that in order, you meet someone for the first time, and then there's a relationship building period that goes on, and sometimes it's really quick, and sometimes it takes several meetings with that, citing conversation, follow up emails before they'll become your customer. And what so many people seem to forget, or either they forget or they don't really realize, is that online the same relationship building process needs to happen. So, where so many people go wrong is that they are trying to get from hello to buy just like that, and it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that offline. It doesn't work like that online. So I'm going to give you the 8 steps that your followers are going through in their mind, the process of getting to know you, and then they're going to be hungry for what you put out there. So the first step is attract, and that is about you finding and being found by the people that you want to buy from you, whether it's people that you want to read your books, or whether it's people that you want to sell your program to, if you've got extra programs and anything that you sell around the book. But basically, these are the people who are interested in what you are offering. Now, the first part of attracting your ideal clients or readers is to show up authentically online. Now, when you meet somebody offline, you are who you are, okay? Now, what happens online a lot of the time is that we hold back elements of our personality. We try and show up as something that we think we need to be online because that's more attractive, but it isn't actually you. And what we mean by being authentically visible is to share your stories, all of the things that you think you might need to hide, but you share them from the purpose of being of service and helping your audience to connect with you, to build that connection. I'll give you an example. In 2009, just before I started this business, I was declared bankrupt, and I, for a long time, maybe 18 months, was really ashamed of. I wouldn't tell anyone, and my biggest fear was that people would find out. And eventually I got to a point, in fact, I'll tell you what, the first 18 months of being in business, I pretended that I wasn't even disabled. I mean, that's ridiculous. You can see when you look at me, right? But in my head, I was trying to be normal because I thought they wanted me to be normal. They expected me to be normal, and anything less than normal would put me at a disadvantage. But as soon as I told people about what was going on, about the conditions and about the bankruptcy, suddenly all of these people are coming to me because they resonate with that story. So all the time I was hiding it, I wasn't attracting people who were really aligned with me. I was attracting people who were aligned with this bullshit story that I put out there. It wasn't a bullshit story, it just wasn't the truth. Does that make sense? So when you are authentic and share your stories, share the experiences that have gone into you creating your book, share it all because they will love it. Your tribe will absolutely love this. It's really magnetically attractive. So that's the big thing. That is actually the biggest thing. Be authentic online. Find Facebook groups where your readers or your clients are hanging out and join them. Don't join them to promote your stuff. Join them to be of service, to help, to add value. It's not about you, it's about them. Add value, help them. And then that's what take notice of you. Be visible, be noticeable, and they will start to take notice of who you are. Your name will be more and more familiar, and they'll know what you do. When they know what you do, because you open up and optimize your personal Facebook presence, and what I mean by that is, first of all, connect. If you've got a business page, if you've got a page where you promote your book or your business, connect that to your personal profile. So when somebody hovers over your name, they can see your page and click through and connect with you there. And that also tells them what you're doing, who you are, what you do. The other thing is to not worry too much. If you've got reservations about allowing people to connect with you as a friend on Facebook who are outside of your immediate friendship circle, you are restricting your audience from getting to know you. Now, the thing is, on Facebook right now, personal posts are getting far more reach than business page posts. However, there is Facebook's terms of service say that only 1 in 10 of your personal posts can be about business. So, but in the context of you sharing your stuff, even hey, we're going to blah 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 this weekend. Even the context of sharing that, you'll get people go, oh, I've been there, it was really good, and they connect with you. So use friends list. Don't worry about the if use friends list if you've got stuff that you do want to keep private, like you don't want to share pictures of your children. Use a friend list to share it with just selected people. But otherwise, don't worry about keeping it just to your immediate offline friendship circles. let people in, let them get to know you, because this is all how you will get your client online, get readers. You can use Facebook ads, and Facebook ads obviously are a paid feature, but they are great for using, you think about how much information Facebook keep about every single one of us. Everything we do is tracked. That information is available to you as an advertiser to promote what you're doing to a much wider audience. Create a Facebook page if you don't have one. Use your LinkedIn or Twitter profile, but create passion-filled, energetic posts. Don't just write posts, here is my book, go here to buy it. It's just boring. Facebook is full of boring, bland, boring, bullshitty posts, right? To stand out, you've got to put energy in. To stand out, you've got to put passion in. Show them what matters to you. And what matters to you is what matters to them, and you align and they connect. If it's just boring stuff, they are glossing over it, so many times I see, literally, this is my blog post, it is about how to get more clients from Facebook, go here and read it now. It's just boring and it gets overlooked. And if your posts aren't getting very much attention, either on the post or behind the scenes for people buying your book, it's probably not the algorithm that's at fault. It's the energy and the passion that goes into the post. So have a look at what you put out there and post from an energetic energy. Facebook remarketing pixels are, it's a bit of code that you put on your website, and it allows Facebook and your website to communicate. So, for example, if you're selling your book on Amazon, you could put your Amazon widget thing on your website, so that when you tell people to buy your book, you're sending them to your website rather than Amazon. And then your pixel, you have remarketing audiences, and remarketing audiences are where you say, hey Facebook, keep a record, not a record that you can see, but it's a record you can get in front of with an ad. Keep a record of everyone who looks at this page, or keep a record of everyone who read blog posts about this topic. And then you can show ads to people, because these guys, if you, out of the whole user network on Facebook, those people are your warm, hot audiences. If they've gone to your website to look at your book page, and you can buy, you can get a widget that goes from Amazon to your website, and they can buy on Amazon but directly within your website. If they've gone to that page, they're interested in your book, so you can get in front of them again. Now maybe your next book comes out, you get back in front of them with their next book. So Facebook pixels and remarketing audiences are a great idea, even if you've got no intention of running ads just yet, so that you're capturing that audience. Okay, so step 2 is to connect. So you've gone to an offline event and you've gone, hey, you've waved to them, and now you'll say, hey, how you doing? Whatever you say when you first meet someone, that attracts and connects. So, hey, they find you. Number 2, you begin to build a relationship. So interact with posts in Facebook groups, where you found the Facebook groups in step 1. Interact with posts in there. Get visible. Get adding value in these groups. Also interact with posts on your Facebook newsfeed. Get your name known. Get out there. Get really visible. Initiate and participate in conversations. Put out energetic posts and ask for input. Maybe if you're planning your next book, you want opinions on the cover. It doesn't mean you have to go with the opinions, but ask for opinions, because people love helping if they have that opportunity. So initiate and participate in conversation. If you sit there, if you're a silent scroller or a lurker, nobody's going to know who the hell you are. So you've got to be out there. You've got to be seen. Your name has got to be seen over and over again. People go, oh, I keep seeing you. People keep talking about you. That makes you much more attractive, much more valuable. If you get comments on your post, at least at the very minimum, like the comment. Try and, if it's a comment that justifies a response, reply to it. Keep the conversation. Have conversation. And like I said before, share your personal stories and insights, because people buy from people they can relate to. Be that you are technically their friend. When they feel a connection to you and they feel that relationship with you, they'll be much more magnetically drawn towards you. Now, step 3 is to capture their data. So what we're talking about here is offering them something of value that they can have in exchange for giving you their email address. And the reason why we do this is because without building a list, you're very reliant on having access to Facebook or Twitter or wherever you're doing most of your prospecting. Now, at any point, Facebook or Twitter or whatever could decide they don't want you as a user anymore. Facebook in particular are regularly throwing people off for breaching something of their terms of service. If that happens to you tomorrow, all of those people who you've been communicating with, you'll have no way of getting in contact with them again. But if you are offering something of value as what we call a lead magnet, so you give them something that they will value in exchange for giving you their email address. It could even be something as simple as a free chapter, something that they value. They give you their email address and you email it to them. It's all automatic, all done automatically. And then you can stay in contact with them. You can keep in contact with them and you can follow up with them and you can tell them about what else you've got going on and all of that. And it takes away your reliance on social media. I mean, it doesn't take it right away, but if you built a list and you were to lose access to Facebook tomorrow, you would be able to email everyone and invite them to come and connect with you wherever you are now. But without that email list, you ain't got any way of getting in front of them again. That makes sense. So once you've got a lead magnet and you're offering something of value that they can download and exchange for the email address, don't just put it on your website and then leave it there and hope people will find it. Keep posting about it. Keep inviting people to download over and over and over again. On Twitter, do it once a day. On Facebook and LinkedIn, do it 2 to 3 times a week. Keep putting it out, because more and more people will be joining your network who won't have heard about it before. So you've got to keep reminding, and somebody might have read it today and they're busy. So they just set it aside and didn't do anything about it. But tomorrow, the next time they see it, they'll want it. So don't just do it once and then don't talk about it again. Post over and over again. You can use Facebook Ads Again to invite opt-in. So let's just say, for example, just now we talked about having a remarketing audience for everyone who visited your book page on your website. You could use a remarketing audience to invite everyone who looked at your book page to download your lead magnet. So they've indicated an interest. They've come to your website from somewhere, and now you invite them via an ad to download your freebie and join your list, So that's the benefit of remarketing, because you can just put your ad in front of those people, those warm people, rather than the broader Facebook users. Does that make sense? A tripwire is it's a term used for a low-cost, high-value offer that you put on the other side of the opt-in. So if you go to somebody's website and you fill out the form to get a freebie, their lead magnet, and immediately you press submit on the form, put your name and email address and hit submit, you are shown an offer. And it's usually about $10, that kind of price range. Where if you're using Facebook advertising, you're obviously paying for the ad. With a tripwire, you can make an income immediately, because they see the ad for the freebie, they download the freebie, and then the tripwire offer is attractive and they buy that. So you eventually, ideally, will end up at break even. So what you've spent on the ads, you've made on the tripwire sales. So you're not paying for to get the new leads from advertising. Does that make sense? The advertising now isn't a cost. It's cost you nothing overall now. Does that make sense? Okay, step 4 is to nurture the relationship. So we've attracted, find and be found by. They found you. Then at number 2, you began to build a connection with them. At number 3, you captured their info. And at number 4, you're nurturing the relationship. So nurturing the relationship is the same as step 2. So you carry on doing what you were doing on social media, but now you've got their email address, you can email them as well. So send emails at least weekly, if more, ideally. I send 2 or 3 or 4 a week. Value, 75% value and 25% promotion. So 25% of the emails are asking for the sale, 75% is about serving them. And this again is where your stories can come in. Your authentically visible stories that you share to benefit your audience, you can share not only on Facebook, on your website, in a blog, but email them out as well, because there's another way. Email is just another communication tool for your audience to get to know you and build that connection with you and feel connected with you, and know that you care about them, and then they will care about you, and they will, you'll have people wanting everything you put out. So if you do have programs and anything, what you're selling, even your book, selling is helping. When you ask for the sale, you are asking if you can help them. And we get caught up on this whole selling thing. We get caught up on the whole, we shouldn't be too salesy, we shouldn't ask for money, we shouldn't, particularly when you're getting paid to sell your expertise. There's this whole mind chatter conversation that's going on. But selling is helping. If you're not selling, you're kind of leaving them in a pain, but without offering to help them. So if you were out, let's just say you were down at the shopping, you were out shopping, and in front of you, you saw somebody that you knew vaguely, who was obviously in a lot of pain. They were in a distressed state, in pain. You'd just go and help, wouldn't you? You wouldn't think, oh, am I being too forward? Am I being too pushy? What if they don't, blah, blah, blah. You would just, your instinct would just kick in and you'd want to help them. But that is all you're doing when you're asking for the sale. But in our head, we make it into something completely different, and we make helping and selling poles apart, and we think that helping is good and selling is bad, but they're the same thing. If you can get into that mindset, when you ask for the sale, you are offering your help, because otherwise you're kind of saying the alternative is that you see the person in front of you, obviously in a lot of pain, distressed with their pain, and you just keep walking. You just walk straight past them, and you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that because you might, if it's someone that you've never seen before, because you don't know what the situation is. But if it's someone that you know, you wouldn't just walk past them. You help. And if you are communicating with your audience and you're not asking for the sale, you're leaving them in pain and you're walking on by. So get into that mindset, and it makes asking for the sale so much easier. But remember, 75% is about them and 25% is about you. Okay, right, so we're halfway, so I'm going to take some questions. Let's have a look what questions we've got in the question box, and then we'll do 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now let's see what question. No questions yet. Just have a minute. If you've got any questions on what we've covered so far. No? Okay. Carry on then. Right. Step 5. Now, step 5, by the time we arrive at step 5, they've met you, they've got to know you, they've started to like you, but they're not quite there yet. They're not really sure that they can trust the opinion that they've formed of you. Now, step 5 is to verify why you. Why you and not one of the other millions. So again, it comes back to the authentic content. I keep saying this, but it matters in so many areas because it's that authenticity that draws people towards you. And the why you becomes because I really like them. You know, I've met Jennifer working with the same coach, and I've invested to work with her because of the amount of content she's putting out there that I aligned with, that spoke to me. Now, if she hadn't have done that, if she'd have stayed quiet and not shared her stories and not been authentic, I would have never have known who she was or what she did or why I needed to work with her. So it's so important to share, to be authentic online. People can get to know you and feel that connection towards you. And then, you know, when it came to I need a mentor, a coach, it wasn't which coach should I go with, and let's research and see which coach I should go with, and then, you know, we start questioning the prices and all of that. That conversation did not happen because I knew that I had to work with Kat, and then I knew that I had to find the money to work with Kat. It wasn't I really like what you're doing, but can we do it for 3 weeks and I pay you half? Didn't even happen because the amount of content she put out there, I knew exactly who she was. I knew exactly what she would have said to that request, and quite rightly. She'd made her position so clear. She'd defined her value so well. I felt like I knew her. Half of what she said is in my mind already, and I felt without a shadow of a doubt that I had to work with her. And it all came back to her authentic visibility. And I know I keep repeating the authentic visibility, but it's so important because it's the key to everything. Because at the end of the day, if your audience don't feel or believe that you care about them, they're not going to care about you. They need, it's a basic need to feel that somebody that you're connected to cares. And you will know that of all the people that you follow on Facebook or what have you, that there is only a small percentage of people that you feel connected to. You don't feel connected to everybody. 20%. 80% of people you feel nothing for. 20% you communicate with regularly, you feel like they're your friends. That's where you want to be. You want to be in your tribe's 20%. And you do that by being authentically visible. So, share content. Now, when I talk about creating authentic content, there are a lot of shoulds out there. You know, video is the thing. Google loves video. You must be creating video because video gets blah, 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 blah. There are so many different learning styles. So some people like to read and some people like to listen and some people like to watch. So you should cater for them all and blah, 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 blah. That's paralysing. That is overwhelm paralysis. For authentic content, I say pick the format of content that you, not anybody else, not your audience, that you enjoy and can create quickly. Now, for some people, that is video. For some people, if they wake up this morning with an idea, inspire idea for content, they can create a video within 10 minutes and it's out there. I can't do that. If I'm told I need to create a video, I will mess around for a week over that video. If I can write, I can get from idea to public in 20 minutes. So for my authentic content, I write. I can push out a load of writing quickly. But if I was forced to make a video, there would be very little content. Very little content. So don't worry about what you should be doing. Don't worry about serving all of the learning styles. Pick the one that is fastest and easiest for you to create and just get it out there. Keep putting it out there. Because all the time it's up here, it's not helping them. And they're not getting to know you. And it's, all the time it's up here, you're stopping people from paying you money. The idea out there. Now, one thing I've learned is that the more content you create, the more inspiration you receive. Because some of my clients say, well, how can I create a piece of content every day? But there isn't enough inspiration in the world for that. There actually is. Once you start, ideas will just fly at you. But have a look around at what people are saying online. What are your readers talking about? What are your clients talking about? What questions are people asking in relation to what you do? Look at what people say. Think about who your ideal clients are and follow them and look at what they're talking about, what they care about, what programs are they watching, what books are they reading. Share. Talk about them. Have conversation and create content around that. I mean, I actually have zero plan. Even when I'm in a launch promoting an offer, I've got a workshop going on. It's next Friday. I haven't got a promotion plan for anything beyond today. I just wake up in the morning, wait for inspiration, and then act on it. And that's how I create content. So it's quick, it's easy, it's a 20-minute job, and it's out there. And I can be unapologetically everywhere because once I've created the content, I post it on my Facebook page, I can share it on my personal profile, I can put it on my website as a blog, I can email it to my list, it can go on LinkedIn as an article, and I can do that very quickly. Because the longest part is creating the content. But if you find the format content that you can create quickly and easily to get from idea to publication, it takes no time at all, but you are out there getting massively visible. Because if the content stays in your head and you worry about serving all of the different formats and you worry about what you should be doing, you're never going to get visible. There is somebody out there right now creating the content in the one format that they find quick and easy, who is out there highly visible in their niche, and that can be you. But you got to get it out of here and into public so that your ideal client can find you and pay you money and know without a shadow of a doubt that you're the person that they want. You're the person that they absolutely want. They won't even look anywhere else because it's only you. Because you built that connection so well with your authentic content. Content that you put out there that's got a really great response, because it's not always. Don't judge how well your Facebook post has done purely based on the number of likes and interactions it's got, because 80% of your audience are lurkers, so they're acting but without necessarily showing you that they're acting on it. They're seeing the information and taking action, but they don't necessarily like or comment on the post. But if you share a piece of content that has got a lot of interaction, you've emailed it and people are replying, telling you, oh, this is amazing, you might decide that you want to choose to promote that piece of content. Have a call to action at the end to buy from you or call you, if, you know, whatever, but they have a call to action, and then use Facebook ads to promote that content to either your remarketing audience, to people who have already visited your website, or Facebook users in general who have indicated an interest in your topic. And then put the content in front of them. They look at the content, resonate with it, decide they want help, and there's the request, but there's the invite to get your help in your call to action. If you're recording video, if video is your preferred format, get your videos captioned, subtitles, and you can either do them yourself, or I send my videos to rev.com, and they, for $1 a minute, audio minute, they'll create a caption file, a subtitle file for my video. So when the video's on YouTube, I don't do this for every video. I do it when I really want people to take notice of the content, when it matters to me that as many people as possible get the message. So if I'm using the video to promote something, I'll get it subtitled. So now, because in Facebook, when you see a video in your newsfeed, there's no sound until you click on the video to activate the audio. And most people won't do that because maybe they're out in public, or maybe they're watching it while they're in bed and they don't want to wake the kids up. So they won't actually activate the sound on your video, which means they'll leave the video, scroll by without having a clue what the video is about. Where if you've got subtitles, captions, you can read the video, which means that people who don't listen or won't listen to video can still consume the content inside. So that's useful, particularly for Facebook, where the default is no sound. So then, you know, the subtitles are just playing on the screen, even if I don't click the video. You can draw them in, yeah. And you know, believe in the value that you offer. Believe that if you're promoting your book, your book is worth their time to read. Because if you're a bit, excuse me, would you mind awfully downloading my book, because I think it would be really, it's too risky, you know, believe it, this book will be, it will transform your life, or it would be the most entertaining read you've ever had, or whatever the value of the book is. Believe it and project it. And be your own cheerleader, because, you know, if we're not out there cheerleading ourselves, who else is going to do it for you? Don't be the world's best kept secret. Be out there. Make sure people know who you are and the value that you offer to the world. However, whichever format you offer the value. Book, programs, one-to-one work, whatever. But you are valuable. You are enough. Exactly as you are. Right, so number 6 now. They see you as the person that they want to buy from. Now they're questioning whether they can trust the judgment that they formed of you, whether you are actually what you say you are. And how you demonstrate this is to share what other people have already said about you. Now, if you're selling your book on Amazon or any other third-party books retailer, you're getting reviews on their site. Don't leave the reviews on their site. Leave them there, but don't just leave them there. Screen grab them, capture them, and save them locally. So no matter whatever happens on their site, because you can't control that, you still have access to your reviews that will sell more of your books. And then share those reviews on your social media posts, so that people that have connected with you can see what other people are saying about you. If you see or are tagged in any positive comments on Facebook or in a tweet or on LinkedIn or wherever, screen capture it. Take a screen dump of it and save it locally so that you can share that. And you've always got these positive reviews about you because they're yours. They're going to be what sells you and whatever it is that you're selling. If you're working privately with clients and you finish working with them, ask them for a testimonial and then share it. Because now the people who have found you, they've built a relationship with you, they think, oh, I really want to buy from them, but I'm not sure that I can trust that they're okay. How do I know that they're okay? Because you keep showing them what other people are saying. Show them what their peers are saying. We call that social proof. Show them, prove to them why. In step 5, you showed them why you were the person that they need to buy from. And step 6, prove it to them. But make sure that you capture all third-party reviews or anything that people are saying about you on any third-party site. Capture it. I mean, for example, I've been around Facebook long enough that, do you know the Facebook reviews feature that's on the business pages? I've been around Facebook long enough to see that disappear once. It was about 4 years ago. They took a review feature away, a native review feature, took it away. And when they did that, people lost all of the reviews that were on that have been put on the page via that reviews feature. I've no doubt that they would do it again, and I have no doubt that at some point Amazon will change the way that they manage reviews, and so will Google, and all of those. And if you haven't captured them, they will go forever. But they are your marketing tools. Screen grab and keep them. It's vital. Okay, at step 7, they are ready to invest something with you. That might be they buy your book. It might be that it might be that they call you, they ask to speak to you to discuss working together. It might be that if you run webinars or do anything like that, that they'll turn up at your webinar. But they're ready to do something. If you've got a high ticket program, they'll apply for it at step 7. They'll indicate an interest in working with you in your premium program. Not quite there yet, because you're going to have that conversation first, but they're way up to spend something with you, time or money or intent. So if you're working with clients in person, can you automate your inquiry process so when they are ready to take that step, they can take it? They don't have to wait until you're next in the office or whatever. They can, at the very minimum, fill out a form to book a call with you or something. Make sure if you talk about your book online, you give them the links, they can buy it. But let it be so that when they're ready to take this step, they can do it in their own time, not in yours. Because if they have to wait until you're around, you're potentially going to lose them. So automate as much as you can that consult process. The step 8 is you've got either they bought a second book, they're a repeat client, or you've signed them up for your high ticket program, or now they're out there raving about you, about what difference it made reading your book or working with you in your program. Ask them for testimonials, ask them to review in your follow-up, ask your reader to review the book. Don't forget to capture them. And now what you actually done is you expanded your sales force, because now it's not just you talking about you, it's them as well, and that sales force gets bigger and bigger and bigger the more people that you convert. Yeah, so you've got this whole little sales army out there doing promo for you, and when somebody says, "Oh, I want whatever," what you've got to offer, they'll go, "Oh, they need you." And they're out there doing a hell of a lot of the work for you. So those are the 8 steps that your followers are going through between meeting you or finding you and buying from you. And you just need to make sure that all of the time your social media marketing, what you put out, is serving those steps. So don't be shy about sharing your testimonials. Don't be shy about asking for reviews. Don't be shy about sharing your stories to help other people by creating authentic content. Serve each of those steps all of the time, and you will bring in a constant stream of new leads via your lead magnet and new customers via either readers of your book or buyers of your programs or one-to-one working with you. Okay, so if you would like to take part in my free 5-day authentic visibility challenge, this challenge is, what happens is every day you get an email from me with a topic to create a piece of content around, a bit of authentic content. So it's getting you out of your comfort zone a little bit to create a piece of authentic content that you post on your Facebook page and then you share around with a call to action at the end to buy your book or whatever it is that you want them to do. Download your lead magnet, ask, talk to you, have a conversation with you, whatever. You share your story to help them, and then you ask if they would like your help. So it's totally free. Just sign up with your name and email address, and you to go to veronicapullen.co.uk/authentic-visibility-challenge. And when you're creating the authentic content, you'll stand out from the crowd. You'll be sharing what you're passionate about to bring towards you your aligned tribe, and to step up and be, take a stand for what you believe in and be the leader that they are looking for. So veronicapullen.co.uk/authentic-visibility-challenge. Okay, so I'll leave that on the screen for you to sign up. And let's look at the question. What is a good way to ask for the style of your book? I would say, okay, so is it a non-fiction or a fiction book? Can you just let me know that? I'll go to the next one while I'm waiting. How do you add the remarketing pixels to Facebook, and how do you do the leverage into LinkedIn posts? Okay, in Facebook, go to the ads manager, and there's a burger button at the top, 3 horizontal lines. Click on that, and one of them says pixels. Click on pixels and make sure you created your pixel. Copy the pixel. It's just a stream of code that I don't even know what type of code it is. It's gobbledygook to me. But that code needs to go in the header area of your website. That's the first step. And then the next step is to go to the same burger button and choose audiences and create an audience for your whole website. So you just say people who have visited this website within this number of days, or specific pages of your website. So you might say people who have visited /book within the last number of days, track all of those. If you go to my website, if you take off the authentic visibility bit and just go to the veronicapullen.co.uk, under free stuff, I've got an ebook about Facebook pixels. That ebook takes you through the whole step by step of how to add your pixel and create your remarketing audiences. So you might want to grab that and work through it from the book. Be probably easier. Slide 8. Could I show slide 8 again? Yes. The step 8 is that they've bought a second book, or they have worked with you in your big ticket program, or they've you've converted them into a client. Okay, so it's a fiction romance. So the book question was fiction romance. So I would say, are you looking for insert the type of book that it is? You wouldn't just call it a fiction romance. It would be a book, a romantic book to read this weekend, something, describe the type of book, my book, blah blah blah, title, brief synopsis of the story, buy it here. And I've got a book that I sell on Amazon, and I don't send people to Amazon, I send them to my book page so that I can track them. Now, it's a 4-year-old book now, it's not the most recent book, but I send them to my book page on my website so that I can track who I've sent them. So just think about why they would want the book, and you can get some clues for that in what people have said in the reviews that they've given you. What do they enjoy about the book? What drew them to the book? What do they, what do they take away from the book, and use some of that language when you ask people to buy it, because they'll resonate with the same language. Does that make sense? Right. Any more questions? You're welcome, Debbie. No problem. Any more questions? No? Let's just quickly go back to the challenge slide. So go to veronicapullen.co.uk/authentic-visibility-challenge to take part in the free 5-day authentic visibility challenge. You get access to the challenge Facebook group, so you can share your post in there, and you might find some more readers in there when you share your daily post it on your page and share it into the group. You may well find new readers in there as well. But it's about getting you more visible with authentic content, and it's content that gets shared, and people really love it. They connect with it, and they really enjoy reading it. So it's just a great way for you to get that bit more visible just within 5 days. Start to create a new habit. Okay, so that's it for the questions then. So Jen, anything that you want to add? Oh, hang on. No, I've got more. Slide 6, please. Okay, hold on. 6. Slide 6. Do you mean slide 6 or step 6? Slide 6 is step 5, which is so prove why, show them why you. And step 6 is slide 7, which is satisfy, to prove why you. So step 5 is show them why you, tell them why you, and step 6 is prove why you. Another question. Can you create an online presence using this? I can't pronounce that word. Not your real name. Thank you for that. I know what it means, but I don't know how to say it. If you need to shield your real name, hope that makes sense. Okay, well, if your book is under a pen name and you are selling your book under your pen name, then you can create a presence using your pen name. I read, there's a couple of people who write books about fostering. They're foster carers, and they write some really great books about their foster children. One of them called Kathy Glass, and another one's called Casey Watson. Neither of those are their real name. That's not their real name, but they're present because that's how people know them, as Kathy Glass or Casey Watson. So in that case, yeah. But if you were running a business like me, and I'm selling my expertise, and you will be working with Veronica, I wouldn't recommend creating an online presence as Angela, because when they find out that Angela isn't your name, it's not the greatest way to form a relationship. I get what you're saying about the job, but if you're in a situation like Casey Watson or Kathy Glass, where it's just the book that you're selling, and that it's the book that you're creating your online presence around, and it's clear that that's your pen name, then yeah, fine. But I have reservations if people will be working directly with you, because if you've got to know me over the course of, say, a couple of years, you've been on this webinar and we communicate on Facebook, regularly, and you've got to know me. In 2 years' time, you find out actually I'm not who I said I am. It's just not great, is it? It's not. It's going to cause some distrust. And if you can lie about that, what else can you lie about? Yeah. Yeah. So was it 5 or 6? Right. So let's go back to remind you of the challenge link here again. So take the authentic bit off. You can, if you just go to veronicapullen.co.uk and look under free stuff, I've got 4 different ebooks, 3 different ebooks, I think, and a challenge. So you can get access to all of it. If you want the pixel, if you want to learn how to do the remarketing audience and the pixel bit, grab that ebook as well. It literally is step by step how to do it. So helpful. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Hey, Veronica, can I jump in and ask a question?
Hang on, I've got one more question. I use my personal Facebook and a page under a pen name. I make it pretty clear that I'm using a pen name. Yeah. If that's fine then. That's just like Kathy and Casey. Perfect. So are you asking me? So in that case, then you wouldn't want to open up your personal profile to your readers, because they'll know the real person, won't they? So just leave them all under the page. It's against Facebook terms and conditions to have 2 different personal profiles, because my gut feeling is to say have one personal under your pen name and one under your real name, but it's against their terms of service. If they find out, you're likely to get booted, so you will have to keep them separate, but otherwise connect them. Right, that's it. No more questions. Right, so this has been recorded, and I'll give Jen the replay, and we're done.
Veronica?
Anything else to say, Jen?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, just about.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me try my volume. Is it better now?
Not much. Quite quiet.
Let's see.
That's a bit better.
How about now?
That's better.
Is that better?
But I look like a moron, but it's better.
Well, I was trying to, for some reason, I couldn't type in the question box. I don't know if it's because I'm on the presenter side. But I sent you a question in the chat. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I love all of this. I really want, what social media does is make it possible for all of us to have what 10, 15 years ago only those with big brands and big budgets could have. And no matter what's going on, you can have it all, even if you think right now that you can't.
Okay, we're good. This was awesome. I learned a ton of stuff, and I do this all the time. So thank you so much for doing this.
I didn't hear that last bit.
Oh, I was just saying thank you for doing this for us. Cool. I learned a ton.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, so I'll let you have the recording when it's done, and then you can share it with everyone who couldn't make it today.
Perfect. Yeah, there was a lot of people who asked me for the recording, so I will get that to them.
Cool. Oh, it's
awesome.
been great. Thank you all for being here. And enjoy the rest of your Friday, because it's 12 o'clock now, your time.
Yeah, my time it is. Yep. I'm gonna go get some stuff done. So
Yeah, 5 o'clock here. So enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'll get the replay out to you as soon as possible, and thank you for being here. And I hope to see some of you, if not all of you, in the challenge. Come and hang out with us in the group and get authentically visible.
awesome.
All right,
Thank
see you
you.
soon. Bye.
Bye.